Hello, everybody, and welcome to the next match of the Zelda 1 Randomizer 2025 Winter/Spring Tournament. Tonight we have a match between Rywek and cantaloupeme. I am Elso, and I'm joined here in the booth by K-Tap.
So this is going to be a fun race.
Yeah. Cantaloupeme, very strong vanilla runner. Has some randomizer experience, but has some of the strongest combat out there. Then Rywek has been around the rando scene for a little bit. Might not have as much experience, but certainly has some under his belt.
Indeed. So what are you hoping for tonight?
I want to see the Armos item be the recorder.
Okay, so you want everything to be recorder blocked.
Actually, I more so want the runners to have to decide if they want to take early Triforces or not. Because the recorder does make that a lot easier to do.
That's an interesting dilemma. And we're off.
I think we're starting near Vanilla 1. I like the choice to go ahead and just get level 1 knocked out of the way.
Well, let's see. Well, we have a take any fruit to start with.
Okay. Notice that we do not have the extra candle, so you will have to purchase a candle or find the red candle.
Well, that usually means we're going to have to pay money for a candle 9 out of 10 times.
Yes. And all of the old men are going to say the same thing because the book does not give you maps, instead it lets you listen to the old men.
Indeed, but we have quite a bit of overworld enemies tonight. I see Lionels are there. Octoroks, but we have an NEQ white sword item.
That's a good find.
That's a money-saving item.
Yeah. You will need 4 to 6 hearts to get it, but, I mean, it's an any key. It's very rare that you're going to say no to an any key.
And it's not far from start either. And hints,
Neither
too.
is that. So, once you get the book, you could easily do retry strats for that hint shot, because that's not too far either.
Well, that's if the hints are going to be worth anything.
I'm expecting at least one hint to tell you where the book is.
Well, let's check this Arma spot here and see if there's anything interesting under it.
Death Armos takes another victim!
Death Armos 1, Cantaloupeme 0.
And there's an arrow shop. Arrows are 95 rupees, but the blue ring is 235, so...
At least that rolled under vanilla price.
And I feel like you're probably not getting onto this screen from this side, just based on the fact that there is a red lever.
We have a small secret of 4 rupees tonight.
That is bad.
Yeah, that's very bad.
So Cantaloupeme is going to head back to the Deadwoods here.
Let's see once he screen wraps over there. Right, that's where the white sword item is.
Yep.
So it's going to be anywhere from 4 to 6 hearts to pick it up, and we do not know the answer to that yet.
The only person who has a chance of picking it up is Rywek, but Rywek is over on the east side of Hyrule, checking the Armos spots on the east.
Well, that wasn't the Arma spot we're looking for.
Another small secret for Cantaloupeme. The recorder's the Armos item! I'm happy!
Okay, you willed it into existence.
Alright, so let's see here. We don't have enough to work with for also a math yet.
But you know what would also be nice soon? A wood sword.
Yes.
So I guess you could say you commentator's blessing this seed instead of the commentator curse stuff.
So far. Alright, so... Cantaloupeme found a door repair in the southwest corner. Is not going to get it. Red candle on the ladder.
The question is, are we going to have the ladder before we have the money to purchase a blue candle?
I bet no.
And Cantaloupeme found another take any. Oh, Rywek is continuing to take the any roads.
One of the power bracelet spots is taken out by those any roads, which is nice. But these Lionels and Dark Nuts on the overworld are going to be a pain. Thankfully, there's no Wizrobes.
I mean, if Lionels and Darknets are on the... If Darknets are on the overworld, at least it means they're not in the dungeons.
Yep. And honestly, Wizrobes are easier to deal with in dungeons than they are in the overworld.
Because in the overworld, they can snipe you quite a bit.
Oh, well, there's the candle shop.
It's only 49 rupees, not bad. Now, if only we had some money to spend.
Well, okay, so let's see here. 49 is 7 squared. Then 4 times 2 is 8. We found 2 small secrets, each worth 4 rupees. Furthermore, 2 cubed is 8. So that introduces a 3. And that means also 2 times 3 is 6. So the only numbers that have not been introduced are 5 and 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. Therefore, we're going to find 9 first.
Okay. I mean, you can also... I will agree with that on the fact that the price of bombs is 18 rupees. And if your digital route... The digital route of 18 is 9. So therefore, on that logic, we do find 9 first.
Excellent. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Well, looks like we're gonna math this out together tonight.
Also, there is a comment of mathing the sword into existence because we found a candle on the coast and in any road with 2 holes and a Lionel, and divide by the number of peahats killed last seed, and a sword is in Casino Corner, except there is a divide by 0. But also, that depends on what you define as last seed.
Mm-hmm. Are we considering the last seed one of the runners played, both of the runners played, the last seed that was raced?
Exactly. Rywek's now going to see that super tiny small secret. And I'm getting the sneaking suspicion that her sword is in the Terrible Death Mountain spot.
Oh. Ew. It feels like it's gonna be there.
4 hearts,
4 hearts is not enough.
And what the recorder found, do note that the wood sword will not be blocked by the Armos item, so the whistle spots will not have the wood sword today.
And there's that hint shop we know that from earlier. But I don't think we're gonna be buying much hints if we don't have much money.
Not much money and no book.
So it looks like our runners are eventually gonna find out that our sword's most likely gonna be in Death Mountain. So we gotta check recorder spots too.
We do not have to check recorder spots for the sword.
But for stuff in general, overworld clearance.
Overworld clearance, yes.
Well,
The
for
mid-se-
all, yeah.
Go ahead.
You go.
So the mid secret is 39. 9 times 4 is 36. I misspoke and said 39 instead of 36. So there's another 9.
Okay, yeah. So besides the math there, and plus 30, the digital root of 36 is 9 to add to that. But on a more serious note, is that... Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the take any, but the more serious note is that it's not going to be too bad since we have quite a bit of mid-secrets spread around. Hopefully they'll find a couple more of them soon.
There could be one right here. This could be a mid. It is.
Why are you like 2 for 2 on some random guesses tonight?
I don't know.
You feeling lucky, punk?
Maybe? Now, you'll notice there was no whirlwind spawn, but also no stair open. That means that if there had been a Triforce collected, there would have been a whirlwind. But, yeah, I think Rywek is headed towards buying a candle. I've been very bad at predicting what the runners are going to do, so this one seems like a more safe bet.
Well, that is the safe bet, because that's what most runners would do in that scenario. So then we can start lighting things on fire.
And they say fire is hot.
If this is the Death Mountain spot you were referring to on Cantaloupe's screen, then our wood sword is not there.
Well, that is not the Death Mountain spot. The Death Mountain spot is, as we find level 6, that's not level 9.
Ah, phooey.
The Death Mountain
Wait
spot
a second, a 6 is a 9 flipped to 180 degrees.
And 9 divided by or 180 divided by 9 is 20, which is not a multiple of 6. Candle pickup for Rywek. The Death Mountain spot I'm referring to is next to Vanilla level 9.
Right.
So no real surprise that Rywek has decided not to go and dig level 6. Also, we're going to see a bomb purchase from Rywek and another mid-secret from Cantaloupeme.
Well, does this mean we're heading to Death Mountain to bomb some stuff if Rywek bought some bombs?
Potentially, but I think Rywek is going to end up bombing the coast instead, which makes sense. Now Rywek can pick up that any key and probably will not be going into any levels without getting that. In fact, maybe going for that now.
Well, that's a guarantee.
Looks like Cantaloupeme is going to the grave,
Never
level
mind.
5. Alright. Rywek is going to go into this a little bit. Just as a transport stair, the quote-unquote rule of 5 dictates that this will be a transport and not an item.
Well, looks like we're not going to find that out with... Well, actually, yeah, we will find that out with a bomb.
Rywek electing to use the bomb to save a little bit of time. Does get an item, but it's just a heart.
Not the rule of 5 tonight.
That's actually kind of scary. Now, there is one coast heart shuffled into the pool, but the other hearts are going to remain in their dungeons. However, they may be on the floor or they may be in a staircase. So,
I think Rywek heads out now.
Yeah.
Goes for that any key.
Maybe you do a pirouette, but I like saving here, actually. You keep the heart. 5 is right next to start. You can continue to work your way through near start as you go to get the any key.
And Cantaloupeme takes a def on the overworld and is still continuing to explore. Is
Sorry, go ahead.
You go.
Cantaloupeme looks to be pretty focused on finding the wood sword here.
The wood sword is the solution to some of our problems.
So, in later Zelda games, the ability of the sword beams is kind of just a swirly beam that deals low damage. But I'm convinced that in this game, Link is actually just physically chucking the sword at enemies.
Then how would you explain the beams and the sword that still stays in Link's hand?
He just happens to carry an infinite number of swords in the hammer space that is his shield.
You sure you're not thinking of Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild?
Maybe? That would explain why you can carry 15 swords, at least. Actually, hold on. That headcanon is making sense to me.
Did I just start something unintentionally?
Maybe. But there's level 8.
Well, Rywek's probably gonna tip in here just to see the first couple of rooms.
Yep. I don't think we're clearing this room.
I don't think so either. So Cantaloupeme, now we're looking. Cantaloupeme picked up a blue candle from the shop, and oh dear, we're not leaving this Sade alive.
Nope.
Rywek should just cut his losses and grab the any key.
Yeah, I can see going a couple of more rooms in, but you probably don't dig deep without the any key, and yeah, that actually gets you through nice and easy.
Threads the needle there.
Oh, but you're gonna need bombs.
Speaking of swords, Cantaloupeme found a sword, but it's not the sword we're looking for right now.
Yeah, it just moved. The dude moved one screen to the left. Oh, and there's the wood sword! So, I guess... Alright. I did not realize that if you went grave robbing in Zelda, you just get swords.
Jeez, now you're like encouraging grave robbery here.
I mean, when you open a grave and take the thing out of it, it's actually pretty on par for the level 4 of the Zelda series. Because you do it in Ocarina of Time, you do it in A Link to the Past.
I mean, you have a point there, but we found level 9.
Right. Level 9 is going to require 8 units to get inside today.
Alright, we're gonna be here for quite a bit then if we need all 8 Triforces, but we have level 4 on Cantaloupeme's side.
And we are leaving level 4.
Wait, so level 9 was literally right near our any key. So in theory... You could have had 9 a lot earlier.
Yep. You just need some bombs to see it. Alright. So I think if you're Cantaloupeme, you're looking for levels 1, 2, and 3. The 3 levels that we haven't seen yet, alongside 7.
Indeed. And Rywek? Let's see where Rywek's going.
Looks like we're going to see some Deadwoods action here. Ooh, I like this.
Well, speak of level 8, then it appears.
Yep.
Again.
We'll see if Cantaloupeme is going to elect to try to clear some rooms in this 8, or say, you know what, I'll come back later.
Well, if Cantaloupeme hits to the left, I think the Gipto room is clearable with his combat skills.
Yes. And it looks like we got a potion shop here in the Deadwoods. Now, you can't door guard in this room at all, so to be really careful. But also, there's the argument that this room is going to be incredibly slow to clear right now, versus going to another dungeon, it may be faster to get some stuff out of there. And that's one of the things you gotta watch out for if you have stronger combat, is it's very easy to get stuck fighting a whole bunch of enemies you would rather not fight because you know you can do it.
So, if I'm looking at the map I've pulled up on another screen correctly right now, Rywek's going to be getting his sword pretty soon.
Yes. Cantaloupeme gets the bad news. 4 hearts is not enough. Now, I think we are going to see out of Rywek a little bit more heart picking up, just on the grounds that the magical sword, you know where it is, and it would be a decently good upgrade to get at this point.
Rywek doesn't know where it is yet.
Right. But it is on the way to the wood sword. See, no cave in that Lost Woods recorder spot.
You know, eventually, I realize, luckily we've seen at least one whip bombs of being 18 rupees a pop. Not the best, but not the worst, but it still means there's a way to buy some bombs. Because bomb drops, I feel like, have been painful in the overworld lately.
Well, that didn't... Right now, they've been kind of hard to get early because of the lack of the wood sword until pretty late.
Yeah, I'd say this is pretty late for the wood sword.
Rywek's going to lose all 15 of those rupees.
Do we know what the door repair price is?
I have not been keeping track.
Okay. So I think we're going to be seeing... Well, actually, no, we're not going to be seeing any more of this level 5 because Cantaloupeme has no bombs.
But we'll at least get the heart out of here, so that'll push him towards getting that any key. We don't know if it's 5 or 6 hearts because Rywek picked it up at 7. Oh, no! The keys are 2 HP.
Oh, that's nasty.
White sword just went up significantly in value.
Indeed, though. So does Mags in that retrospect.
Yep. I do like this. Cantaloupeme is going to try to pirouette in. Rywek's going to find the magical sword. Can't pick it up on 7.
And Cantaloupeme, I think, is pirouetting. Well, did pirouette and got nothing.
Yeah, you probably got a bomb out of the item room.
So, we're getting more and more of that overworld cleared. That we're going to start needing some bombs soon.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt Cantaloupeme a little bit here, because he's not going to get the knowledge that 9 is all 8 Triforce pieces.
Well, let's see how far Rywek gets into this level 4.
And 5 is enough to get the magical key. Now, I think what we're seeing here from Rywek, these little pauses, are probably just taking some notes and or doing some tracking, which...
That's always a good thing, keeping track of your notes.
Yep. Ergo, they're not like stream freezes or anything. There we go, bomb drop for Cantaloupeme right into level 3. And this is the level that Cantaloupeme wanted to see, I think.
Well, let's see if there's anything in this level 3 that's worthwhile.
There's keys.
You mean 2 HP keys?
Yep.
Why do I feel like everything's rolled up this seed and it's going to be very combat intensive?
Well, because so far the observables have been that everything has rolled up and it's going to be combat intensive.
Yeah, so honestly, did Orange Wizards? Okay, did they roll up or roll down? I'm like trying to think they're vanilla HP.
They're normal. Normally they have 4 HP.
Right. But we have a doctor's note on Rywek's side.
The doctor's note says, please do not touch Wizrobe in the face. Oh, shoot. Ugh!
Ew!
Nope.
Is it
There's no
visceral
point after that.
reaction?
What the? Alright. Somebody needs to teach the potion seller basic economics. The blue potion is 55, the red potion is 50.
Oh, it's horrible. Everything's a little wonky right now.
Although, you know what? I bet you the red potion's like 85% filler.
Maybe. But at least there's 2 uses out of it.
Yeah. But I'm dropping
That Wizrobe shoot
Right.
room is an oh shoot indeed. I think some other words besides shoot would be allowed replacements. So this level 3 looks like a key, doesn't it?
Yeah. Rywek thought about it, does pick up a potion. Speaking of,
Look
level
on
3 though. And keys. We might have an item. That won't be the any key. Oh, but you gotta re-clear this.
Right. Just a lot of stabby.
So, what flavors do you think the blue and red potions are as Rywek finds level 1?
I don't know, because it could just be complete and utter herbal, complete and utter taste like mud, because herbal remedy-like thing, or it could be magical or something, because we have, in theory, we have recipes for this stuff. I don't have them pulled up. So they could be either really good tasting or really bad tasting. I do not remember.
I'm gonna go with one is Jones blueberry soda and the other's a cherry soda.
I mean, for me, as much as cherry is the normal option, I want to throw my hat in for strawberry.
Ooh, strawberry sounds tasty. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see that blue wardrobe room cleared, because,
Good riddance.
yeah.
Unless it has the item.
Yeah, and it did have a push block in it, so it could have the item.
The Wizrobe shoot room.
No, not the wizard shoot room. There was a single block room with 8 blue wizards in it.
Oh. We have a heart on the floor and 1. Oh, wait. We found level 1?
Yes, it's up on Death Mountain, and 68 for the large!
Oh, lordy.
There's so much going on right now.
Yeah, I know. We're gonna be ping-ponging back and forth.
Rywek disposing of bunnies, saying it is not Easter yet.
But I'm wondering, like, help me. Did we miss the item in 3?
I don't think so.
Okay, I don't know, because I was watching closely. I just didn't know if I looked away from the screen or not.
No, we saw a blue wizard room that had like 8 blue wizards and a single block in it. And that could very well be the item room.
Well, my brain's just still preoccupied with the blue whiz robes and shoot room. We have a potential item room here.
Yeah, but this is going to be kind of a tough clear. Not necessarily because of the keys, but because of the bubbles.
Right.
And
Bubbles bad.
And I'm totally going to ignore the fact that Pole's voice will one-shot Rywek right now.
Okay. Denial is a thing, and the Nile is a river in Egypt.
Yes. But also generally, oh, well, unless that happens, Pole's voice usually aren't too bad.
I think you commentators cursed that.
Probably. I had to make up for the predicted recorder somehow.
Yeah, this was the room I believe where the floor heart was.
Yep. Now, there will be 2 floor items in level 1.
So we still have 2 items in play here, and Cantaloupeme is also choosing to go hearts over potions tonight.
So with that in mind, both runners now are starting to get close to magical sword range.
That means we're gonna see a magical sword tonight, and that's gonna be fun.
Well, considering you've got 2 HP keys, I'm okay with this.
Well, first you gotta survive the use pose voices here.
Yep. And also, it just feels bad when you have to spend a non-renewable and/or consumable resource to kill keys.
We got a second hint shop on Cantaloupeme's side.
That's a really good find. All we need is a book, and we can buy the hints. Main handler giving Rywek a little bit of trouble, but does get the bomb, does get the map. Sees it.
I thought this was the heart drop room. Apparently, is the map room, and it. Oh, look at this! It is segmented 1.
Yeah, I think you go north here.
1 looks like a boomerang to me. So based on that fact, I'm gonna say there's either a regular boomerang or a magical boomerang in here.
To me, it looks kind of like one of those grip string thingies. You get wall masters.
Where Rywek's only on half a heart.
Yeah. Although that does mean the wall masters are less dangerous because, well, now if they hit you, they just take you back to start instead of killing you and taking you back to start. There's a Triforce. Rywek's not going to take it. Wants the items out of here.
Thanks to Compass of Uselessness.
Let's see. Okay, potential item drop room here. Now, based on this knowledge, that Patcher room that Rywek died in, or Patcher B-Hat room, Pole's voice room that Rywek died in, is going to have a stair. However, this could be the item, and that stair could just lead to the sad, lonely room of emptiness.
Well, we still have a second item potentially in here.
The raft being the first one.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see if this is the right staircase.
It is! Okay!
And it's a wand!
No complaints there.
I'd say wand is better than a raft any day of the week.
Yes. Until we develop the ability to beat enemies over the head with a raft.
Nah, the raft isn't useful. It should just burn.
Well, we haven't found all of our levels yet, so we could still be raft
blocked.
blocked.
Firewood for once you get the book and having 1 fire.
I mean, we haven't found all the levels yet.
Well, Cantaloupeme is starting to pick up some more funds along the way, so maybe we're gonna see a bomb upgrade pick up somewhere.
And Rywek's going back into level 1.
Why?
Bopped by a Lionel into the level.
That makes sense.
Both runners up to 9 hearts now. Cantaloupeme having gotten the heart out of 3. Rywek having gotten the hearts out of 1 and 5.
Well, I believe this means, yeah. Cantaloupeme, I think, is soon going to discover level 1.
Yes. Is doing West Death Mountain first, so we'll take a little bit. And level 7 has been found. Folks, we are not raft blocked. We are not power bracelet blocked. We may not be recorder blocked, depending on Dig Doggers. And we may not be bow blocked to get to level 9, depending on Gomas. And I think Rywek has the knowledge of all but level 3 here.
Ew, what is this 7?
Okay, so it's like vanilla 1Q7, except it's old, and has been in a couple of fights and is facing the wrong way.
Okay, I was gonna say it maybe looks like a, I don't know, a beetle or some sort of bug of some kind.
I can see that. And good heads-up play here by Rywek. Use the bombs first, then pick up the pack.
And you get 2 bomb holes for the price of nothing.
Oh, and also bear in mind here, folks, Cantaloupeme does not know that level 9 is all 8 Triforce pieces yet, but does pick up the wood arrows.
That's a good purchase right now, especially while he's rolling in the money.
See, we have a push block.
Is this one of our items?
It is! It's a heart.
That means our actual item here is going to be our floor drop.
Yes, and it could be the ghost heart.
This puts Rywek into Mag's contention.
Yes, it does. To answer the question in chat, that is a 68 rupee large secret.
And looks like Rywek is ladder blocked from that room.
Yep. Thankfully, it's only a key drop. Cantaloupeme does elect to buy the pity heart. And finds level 2 up on Death Mountain. I was mistaken earlier. I will now correct myself by saying now we are not ladder or... Well, we may be ladder blocked, but we're not recorder blocked on the overworld. We're not power bracelet blocked. We're not raft blocked. Because I forgot we hadn't found 2 yet, but now we have found 2.
Yeah, we have no locational blocks.
Immediate Triforce for Cantaloupeme. Let's see if Cantaloupeme likes to dig. I expect he will, at least a little bit.
I'd say that's a guarantee. Though, I forgot Cantaloupeme, and I was remembered from earlier, Cantaloupeme does have the Troll Dongo skin stuff on.
Yes.
Sprite. My brain is thinking in...
I mean, technically a Sprite is a skin for the pixels.
Alright, I'll take that. But Cantaloupeme is gonna have a bit of a tougher time here. While there is sword memes, it's nothing compared... Well, the wand does a lot better job of clearing these pose voices out.
And honestly, I think this is a big reason why Cantaloupeme bought arrows. Even if there's no Goma blocks, the ability to just kill Pulse Voice immediately is fantastic.
Considering how common they've been in dungeons. But oh look, we have some Gurias over here.
To answer the question in chat, yes, we have seen level 6. It was relatively early. I just forget exactly where it was. I want to say somewhere around the Desert Cave.
I'm hoping this isn't going to be ladder blocks.
Well, that could be, but we have quite a few options for alternate routes. And, yeah, the NES manual lied when they said that you could shout into the controller because the Pulse Voice hate loud noises. So you use a bomb, it doesn't do anything. You play the whistle, it doesn't do anything. You yell at
other ways of loud noises, so yeah, the guide is wrong.
Yeah. Instead, it's arrows, which aren't necessarily loud. Hi, Gleok.
Well, let's see if this is one of our items.
I don't think we're going to see if that room's an item. At least not with this health situation, because Gleoks are difficult to deal with sometimes. See? Now this could be also.
Well, that's if we don't die to Beamos.
And one of the troubles in that particular room for a Gleok is you really don't have good movement. If you're going to fight a Gleok, you want to be in a room where you have good movement options. That is, like, the open room, the double sticks room. There's a magic
one of our items. Well, there is our item of 7.
No, but the magical boomerang in 7, that is good knowledge for Rywek to have. Now just needs a Triforce out of here. And again, power bracelet. Actually, that could be a problem for Cantaloupeme because it's going to delay Cantaloupeme from finding 9.
Has Cantaloupeme found 9 yet?
No.
Oh.
He did not have bombs when he was near start last, and has not been back with bombs yet.
That's gonna be put off a while. So power bracelet spots first, or maybe that spot near start. So there's the Triforce.
Power bracelet spots. Both runners on 2 very different Triforces, by the way. I kind of like this. So Rywek has not seen 3. Cantaloupeme has not seen 7 or 9 yet.
Decisions, decisions, decisions.
And Rywek has got a whistle from 7 to 7. Sounds like we have the Power Rangers theme for the whistle tonight.
So, is it weird to say I never watched Power Rangers growing up?
No, because I didn't either.
I think that's because with our age group, it wasn't on much.
That and... Well...
Man, I wonder what
It's
our...
not inconvenient times.
Well, I wonder what Gen Z would have done if we had a proper, like, Gundam or Power Ranger-like thing for our generation.
Can't let me now knows that it is 8 Triforces. I'm just waiting for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel to be the whistle theme.
I mean, that is iconic. I just don't think some people are gonna know it.
Yeah, but that's what makes it great.
But it's so iconic.
Yep. Rywek now sees the 68 rupee large secret. And once again, we're going to see runners digging separate dungeons. I think Rywek's about to find 2, and cantaloupeme digging 5.
Oh, and we are joined right now by SpeedGaming 3. Hello there.
Welcome on in, everybody, from SpeedGaming 3. We are in the middle of a very close but very divergent race where both runners have taken very different paths throughout the seed, and yet, in spite of that, they've got roughly equal footing. Both of them have an overworld blocking item, even though it's not required. Rywek's a little bit ahead in terms of the combat advantage from having the wand, but cantaloupeme does have a little bit better dungeon knowledge right now.
But we know all of our dungeons locations. We have no power bracelet or recorder or rest blocks tonight.
Also, to answer a question in chat, I can confirm that The Legend of Zelda is older than me.
I think it's older than both of us.
Level
And
2
why
for Rywek.
Yeah, he's in too. And we'll
By the
make
way, I
this
kind of
work.
like this purple color.
Oh, it is a pretty purple. Like a nice shade of lavender.
Cantaloupeme is going to leave level 5.
But I think this will be very quick work for Rywek, and once Rywek sees the power bracelet on the floor, that's going to be good information for him.
Yep. Sadly, Rywek does still need to find level 3 and maybe level 6. I know we've seen it at some point. I just don't remember who saw it first.
Yeah, but I know we've seen our runners have seen multiple dungeons, so it's going to be. I think, have our runners discovered? Yeah, with this, Rywek's discovered all 8 dungeon locations, so I'm wondering, where does he go next?
I would hesitate to say that for Rywek, as Rywek might not have seen 3.
Oh, right, 3. But do you think he's gonna go wait a little bit, or try to go make the play for Mags right now?
I think, assuming that he gets the heart out of 2, I think you make the play for Mags while you're here. But then you wait to come back until you have 14 if you're going to go for it, because it is a little far out of the way and there's not a great spot to record to get to it.
Well, remind me, where's 2 in the overworld again?
He was up near the northwest corner of the overworld.
Well, if you get the Triforce, you could technically record her back here.
Yes, you could. And level 4 was also a vanilla 6, as Chad is reminding us, which you can definitely record it to get to the magical sword.
Well, that's just if you pick up the Triforce for it first.
Yeah, but that actually might be where Rywek goes next, given that...
The routing works?
Yeah, never mind the fact that, you have to deal with the Blue Wizard Room. Cantaloupeme is going to go to 6, and... Oh, do we have the immediate item?
Is it gonna be that funny?
Nope.
Do you think this 6 is gonna be segmented?
No.
So, also, what do you think this level 2 looks like?
Level 2 looks kind of like some kind of snake. A fancy snake standing on his tail, or the bottom portion of a monkey.
I like the snake. Snake. Man, if only we had a dungeon shaped like a badger and a dungeon shaped like a mushroom, then we could just bring out the old song.
Well, here's a heart for cantaloupeme. That is not a badger or a mushroom.
Oh, I see another good suggestion in chat that we have two is a cat that's rotated. Why can I not math? Yeah. That would be 90 degrees.
Yep.
Yay, I'm remembering geometry right now.
Hooray for geometry!
I don't think many middle schoolers would agree with that statement.
Oh, well, you know. Can't please everybody.
But maybe we'll see what our item is in 6, because we still haven't seen the... We're gonna be 40 minutes in soon, and we have not seen the bow or silvers yet.
And we know the item in 6 is going to be on the floor, because cantaloupeme found a heart and a stair.
So, I think we're gonna be seeing Mags tonight.
I do too.
But where is our bow and silvers gonna be?
Bow will be in 8, silvers will be in 7 after you dig both items out of 9, because the book's in 9.
Wait, silvers and where?
7.
We found an item in 7 already.
Well, maybe if I looked at the tracker before I made the prediction, that would help.
So please amend that.
Which, shout-outs to Malkier doing the tracking for us, making it supposedly look like we know what we're talking about, you know, if I look at the tracker before making the prediction instead of after.
So where are you gonna say it's gonna be?
6.
Okay, 6 because this flag set just likes throwing stuff on 6.
That and 6 because it's not necessarily progression.
Also just because 6 has just also been annoying in this flag set.
Yes. Rywek is going to go ahead and consider and does buy the wooden arrows.
I'm surprised. Right, I was thinking hints, but then I remember we don't have book yet.
Yeah, and we may never find the book.
And maybe we'll find our item in this 6 pretty soon.
Now, the...
Oh.
That's a... Okay, 6... Whoa! Hold on, I did not expect this. Alright, I have to go reassess my ability to predict if a dungeon is segmented or not.
But we'll just say it's a 50-50 shot because it either is segmented or not segmented. It would be lower probability if we talked about how many segments it's gonna be.
Yes. Although I have yet to see the legendary triple segment 6.
Oh, it
I haven't
exists.
in a long time. Sorry, go ahead.
In theory, it also exists because there's still an infinite number of seeds that have not been rolled out yet.
I think the most number of segments I've ever seen in a dungeon is 5.
I feel like it...
Wait. Oh!
Huh?
There's a bow on good old side 6!
Bow is in 6.
Bow was in 6.
What is it? I'm still trying to find the words for it.
It's a mess.
A mermaid going to sit on an underwater rock?
That could be. Rywek has not been able to pick up the magical sword. Gonna leave.
But still, that is still a nasty... Don't you hate when an item, 4 items under a trap?
Yeah. Especially if it's one of the hard ones to see. So now Cantaloupe's just got to get a Triforce out of here, but thankfully the Pole's voice die immediately.
Wait, did I see? Nope, that's just Korea bananas, not item banana.
Nope.
So I wonder where Rywek is going now.
5.
Right, 5 is here. But it's still rare to be this far into a seed and still have so many outstanding items.
Also, bear in mind, Cantaloupe has not found 1 or 7 yet.
Well, the power bracelet and the recorder do tend to have spots associated with those, and those might be distractions tonight.
Yes. I like the suggestion that 6 is a broken check engine light because that means the engine broke so bad it broke the light. It broke the light.
Well, let's see if this room bombs. Or is that our bait block?
That would be our bait block.
Well, I hope the bait's not required for this seed.
I mean, if it is, Cantaloupe's got the money for it. Instead, we get more pancakes.
Mmm, pancakes. I had some for lunch today.
But what type of pancakes?
Just normal pancakes. Smaller pancakes fit in the palm of your hand pancakes.
Ooh,
Heated them up and poured some syrup on them.
very
And
nice.
if I wasn't having fish tonight, I'd be making some pancakes.
Well, there's going to be somebody in chat who suggests fish with pancakes. It's not going to be me.
No. But I'm seeing that Cantaloupe already bought the bait.
Oh. Then, well, Cantaloupe doesn't have to worry about the money to buy the bait. Ryrek's going to try to clear out this room here in 5. Going to get a bomb pack for his efforts. Still was 1 left, though. Somebody just suggested fish with potato pancakes. I feel like the answer to that question is yes.
Alrighty.
Cantaloupe is about to find level 7. That should be full dungeon knowledge for Cantaloupe.
Yeah, so now it's gonna be a bit of a... How fast can your combat skills get you through this?
A little unfortunate that Cantaloupe is doing 7 first, but with the arrows in hand, and 200 rupees, that should be enough to get through.
It'll also speed up his clear time.
Yep. Rywek's got to find something deep in a level with an early Triforce. That's probably Rywek's best bet. And if Cantaloupe is able to get the magical sword, all bets are off.
Yeah, because Cantaloupe will go fast. Very, very fast with that magical sword, and this is just putting him closer to it.
To answer a question in chat, yes, they do both have 8 Triforces required info, and also Cantaloupe is probably going to be at 12 hearts, so we'll be able to check the magical sword on 12 before going into level 4, which, honestly, Cantaloupe is probably going to do 4 before 5 or 8.
So, since we have leg legs in the seed, what is the most superior version of a pancake? Because there's very different variations of pancakes, and I love a lot of them dearly.
I think for me, I'm honestly good with a buttermilk pancake, a little bit of butter on it, and either no syrup or kind of a fruit-based syrup.
I mean, so I'm saying this because leg legs do look like pancakes. Souffle, or otherwise known as jiggly pancakes, are very, very yummy. Especially when you get and stuff them with ricotta or something. So there's also scallion pancakes. Scallion pancakes are yummy. Potato pancakes are latkes. Those are very yummy, and I need to make them again soon. But buttermilk is also good. Oh, you see the struggle? When you have pancakes, they're usually good. And it's hard to choose from.
Honestly, the worst kind of pancake is a dry pancake.
Unless if it's like a freshly cooked and still buttery dry pancake.
I could see that. But I generally do not like syrup on my pancakes. I find that maple syrup is just too sticky, and it just bothers me. So if I'm gonna go for a syrup, I generally prefer a fruit-based syrup, like a blueberry or a strawberry syrup.
That's choice. I only learned to eat regular syrup like in the last year or so. But man, now I'm really thinking about pancakes. If only light flakes were delicious.
Well, there was that one comic where Kirby ate a like, and apparently it was not very tasty.
Does that mean they look like pancakes but don't taste like pancakes?
Yes. And Rywek now has full dungeon knowledge, but oh, look at this, a bomb out of there.
A bomb upgrade indeed.
Yeah, but it's +2.
But still, only +2 for all that trouble.
Yep. Somebody said strawberry jam and powdered sugar on a pancake, and I want that.
I think we're gonna make the good folk here in chat hungry if we keep talking more about pancakes.
Yep. So, Windrobes, they don't like pancakes.
No, they don't. They also don't like Zelda 1 runners.
Now, I wonder if... Well, Rywek's had a bomb, so that's a potential issue here in this 3.
Well, Rywek has 4 bombs.
There we go. You know, I wonder if the silvers are just in... I wonder if the silvers are just here.
Why do you think this room was stuck in my head with PTSD, man?
Because you got shuttered in with a bunch of Windrobes and nobody likes that. But no, I am... If that 8 blue Windrobe single block room has the silvers, that will just be perfect.
Man, now I'm wondering... I have waffles and waffles and French toast. What other breakfast food type enemies do we have in Z1?
Well, there's no bagel enemy, so that's a good sign.
Bagels are wonderful.
Yes, that's why it's a good thing there's no bagel enemies.
Hey, would you consider a Patra a bagel in a way, given its shape?
No. It's more like a donut.
Man, this talk of food is making me hungry.
So, Cantaloupeme is about to pick up the Triforce here in level 7. The rest of the dungeon is ladder blocked, but thankfully is completely not needed.
So, I'm wondering, where is the ladder?
I'm gonna predict the ladder's actually just in 4. Because it's also horribly combat blocked.
But did we ever see our item here out of 3?
No. And Cantaloupeme is about to find level 1. We'll get the wand and the raft. The raft will not be needed. There's the heart out of level 3 for Rywek.
Both runners are now closer and closer to Mags.
Now, this is the this room to the left. This is what I think is the item room in 3. It's not confirmed because we haven't seen every room of 3, but I think it's this room.
Right, this nasty room.
The Rywek's gonna go past it. If that's not the item room, this could be a huge break for Rywek.
It also depends, even if it is an item, is it something we need or want?
And honestly, Rywek isn't that far behind here, just because you're going to have to go to 6 anyway. Cantaloupe gonna get both items at a level 1. Ooh, this does not look good for Rywek. I think we're looking for a stair item in 3. Oh, wait, hold the phone. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, there's a push door.
Which means it's that room!
Oh, lordy, I hope for our runner's sake the silvers are not there, otherwise it's going to be quite a bit of pain and suffering.
You know what? That will end up being the red ring.
Oh, yeah, that, I don't know what would be worse. That being the silvers or the red ring.
Let's see if Rywek's gonna go for it. Alright, 1 bomb, 2 bombs, 3 bombs, 4, 5 bombs, 6 bombs. No bombs anymore! Try force for Cantaloupe. Rywek out of bombs, out of health.
I don't think Rywek's pushing it for this item.
Yeah.
You don't come back here unless it's the last option.
Yeah.
I mean, would you rather take a level 9 over 4? The item rooms items in level 9 over that item room in 4.
I mean, the thing is, the opportunity cost is a lot lower on 3.
I mean, 3.
If you go in there with a whole bunch of gear. Like, if you have Magical Sword, that room suddenly goes from awful to not absolutely terrible. I'm not sure. Oh, Rywek, I don't know if Rywek has seen 6. And
No, didn't we see 6 very early on in the seed?
Yes, and Cantaloupe has cleared it out. Rywek might also be looking for money for bombs or a bomb shot.
No, I'm wondering where's Cantaloupe going next?
Probably 4. Take the Magical Sword and then go into 4. There's a potion purchase for Rywek.
Oh, that means he might be going back to 4. Or not 4, I mean 3.
Honestly, I could see Rywek buying a bunch of bombs and just going to 3. Because if you think your opponent's not going to clear that room, then that's the room you do want to clear. Yeah, this is like a plate of bombs.
Well, that's if any are going to drop in the overworld.
Rywek is killing the correct enemies to get a bomb drop.
Alright. It's Meg's time. Is this going to be enough?
No. 12 hearts, not enough to pick Magical Sword for Cantaloupe.
That's not good.
Now I think you kind of have to do 4.
Oh, the silvers are going to be in that room in 3 now just because Mags is not pick-upable.
Yeah. Honestly, I think if there's a heart in the stair in 4, Cantaloupe will pick it up.
Guaranteed.
So Cantaloupe is going to do some door strats here. This is the kind of thing you want to do with Blue Wizard Rooms, is you want to hide in the door, let them come to you, and when it's safe, you pop your head out, you place a bomb, you run back into the door. And you want to get as many double hits as you can manage. When you get down to a small number, you can go for sword strats, but you have to be careful.
Because those beams can take you out real fast.
Yep. Rywek is going to like to buy the meat. We might also see a bomb purchase here. This is a segmented 4. I'm willing to make that prediction right now.
So that means we either need 13 or 14 hearts for this Mags.
Yes. Let's see what Rywek does here. So I want to say 6 was in this general area. Ooh, a bomb pack for Cantaloupe. Very good find. Cantaloupe does have... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
Cantaloupe does have the correct patterns right now to get this wizard down. Ooh, gets bopped a little bit. And it's not a transport.
Oh. But Cantaloupe definitely goes back to try Mags again.
Yeah, but I don't think you go try mags until you know you don't need to go back through that wizard room. Or you go immediately. Interesting play that I can't entirely disagree with, because Magical Sword will make that wizard room faster.
It is not a couple screens away.
Yeah, I think I'm just thinking in terms of that wizard room respawning. There's some argument to be made that going to as far as you can before that wizard room respawns is a reasonable choice. But both, honestly, are good decisions.
Is this enough?
No!
Oh, no, indeed.
You need 14 hearts to get the magical sword!
Man, that sword has been a tease this entire seed.
And now Rywek is in 6. You know, what if the Coast Heart is in level 3? And this whole time everyone's thinking, oh, it's a big thing, and then it's nothing.
I wouldn't know whether to laugh or cry. But Rywek's in level 6.
This is good. This is going to get Rywek his bow. Just got to be willing to dig out that bottom section.
So, I'm wondering where Ladder is, because Ladder we know cannot be in level 9.
Well, it could be here in 4. It could be in the Bowels of 8, as I've seen in chat. It could just be in 3. Like, right now, 3 is the big X factor.
What's behind that wizard room in 3 really is gonna be... That's the big question we all have right now. But if the silvers or ladder is not there, then we're never gonna find out.
So to answer your question in chat about the block clips, so what you need to do is you need to line up the top of Link's hat with the south portion of that little square on top of the block. If you get those two lined up with each other, you can then do a 1-frame perpendicular tap in order to clip halfway up into the block. Now, the catch is, with the sword, you can buffer that input, and it's a lot easier to get the clip. However, you do have to be a little careful because enemies can still damage you, and they will knock you out of the clip if they damage you while you're inside of the block. Usually, not always.
So you do know Rywek's gonna get the same news soon about Mags.
Yep. But it's gonna get the heart out of 6 and should get the bow out of here. It's kind of hard to justify leaving a dungeon without getting the item.
What does this level 4 look like?
This level 4 is the empty space of 6, but also it's a snake with a little wing flying off of it.
Okay, I can see that.
The tap does have to be perpendicular because an opposite direction pass, it does not work. I forget the exact technical reasons why it doesn't work, but it does not work.
So I feel like this level 4 looks like a hand going to reach for a lightning bolt.
It's deuced. So while the Gliok room normally would not have a push block, there is a fancy corridor stair, and there is also a compass.
Well, that's a useful compass tonight. So is this our transport? It is. And Rywek... Oh, there's a banana on the floor in 4! Oh dear.
Well, that's very
I don't
important.
like the implications.
So, oh, man. Okay, so if you're cantaloupe, do you just max out on bombs and go to 8, or not go to 8, go to 3? I feel like you have to go to 5 or 8 first just because you don't have those Triforces, but man, oh! So with a banana on the floor in 4, and no bombs for cantaloupe, thankfully you can get around those blue wizrobes. Map in 6 for Rywek, but he is in the south section.
So, while Cantaloupeme does have 6 Triforces to his name, we still have no idea where those stinking silvers are. So the question is becoming, where are they?
Level 10.
Ah, level 10, the secret level we all don't know about, right?
Yeah, it's got the book and the hookshot in it.
Where I think Cantaloupe may just recorded wrong. Oh. Is he gonna do... Where is he going?
Probably 5. And level 9 is down near Vanilla Start.
Oh yeah, he's definitely heading to 5. You know, after 5, it's gonna be a choice of 3, 8, or 9.
I think it's gonna be... Well, I think you're gonna go to 8 first, because you need that Triforce no matter what.
So, what else do you think is gonna pop up soon?
You know, there is one worst case scenario
Oh,
that we haven't considered.
well,
The ladder blocks the silvers and 8s.
oh,
The ladder's
you're
3.
right. That is devious. Ladder being in 3 when blocking silvers in 8.
Yes.
That is worst case scenario.
And it's one that I don't recommend.
I feel like we're gonna be here for quite a bit, aren't we?
Yeah, if that's the case. This will be a reasonably long seed.
And Cantaloupe Me is making the play for level 8. And yeah.
This is the more likely option. To answer your question of is there an easy level or to get a heart or take any, I don't think so. Rywek has gotten the bow in level 6, is going to get the Triforce, is out of here. Where to next for Rywek? And we're pretty close to tied up.
I think Rywek heads to 4, checks Mag, will be disappointed.
Here's
and
the
then
thing.
he faces the same decision as Cantaloupe Me.
We are about... What's it called? We're about 1 dungeon apart for these two, and that's really not a whole lot.
And with the way this seems to just been a bit brutal with the enemies, and teasing us with mags this entire time.
So the real question is, when do you make the Giga Brain play to go back to...
Oh! Cantaloupe's going for mags, I think.
Yep. Hard out of 8 is going to be enough. Rywek not going to go back into 3 just yet. Cantaloupeme is going to go get the magical sword, but has to survive this screen. Does so. We're good. Now, Rywek did not go to check magical sword yet. Probably going to hold off until he can go do 4.
But we don't have the item in here yet, either.
This could be a red ring. Could be a ladder. Could be a bow. Wait, no. We already have that.
Could be so. But Cantaloupeme is now gonna go really fast with that magical sword.
You know what? Honestly, there are nothing but good items left.
So there's not gonna be too much disappointment based on what you find. Just varying degrees of disappointment.
Yes. So it looks like Rywek will go ahead and go through the meat block in 5. This is a drop room. Now Cantaloupeme's back at level 5.
Oh, it's going to be the answer to our question tonight.
Well, there's a Tringle.
Rywek's probably going to want to clear more of the dungeon right now.
Yep. This is a really good room clear for Rywek. Only
But
needs
it's
key,
not
though.
the answer.
Now, Cantaloupe might be a little more willing to go to 3 right now. However, Rywek, honestly, isn't too far behind. Cantaloupe will take the
This
Triforce.
could be room, and then I see 2 shutter doors.
Yep. Rywek finds an old man. Does not want to spend the keys, though.
Do you
Gonna
think
go ahead and pick up the Triforce instead.
Cantaloupe is headed to 8 or 3 right now?
I think Cantaloupe's headed to 8. However, Cantaloupe did not go get the item out of 5.
And is Rywek leaving 5?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know now what worst case scenario is. Silver's being in 5 or Silver's being ladder blocked in 8?
Yeah, because, like, skipping the item in 3 makes sense. Skipping the item in 5 is a little bit interesting to me, because it to me, this looks like a play that both of them think they're behind. And the reason I say that is, if you think you're behind, you're more likely to make these kinds of gambles.
You're more likely to take more drastic gambles.
Yeah.
And looks like Rywek's now in 8 following behind Cantaloupe's footsteps, so Cantaloupe is going to have a quicker time clearing this dungeon with mags in hand.
Yes. Now, Rywek will be able to get Magical Sword before going into 9, based on the Heart and 4 being available, but will not have it for this level 8.
You know, I realized we still haven't seen Coast Heart yet.
Yeah, that could be an 8, and if it is, that's good for Rywek, actually. Because then you can just do 4 in one fell swoop without having to leave to go get Magical Sword. The odds are very high that White Sword's in 9.
But the other items, not as much. The White Sword is the item you really don't want to see.
Yeah, and I had forgotten that in my calculus of there are no bad items left. White Sword is the one exception.
Book right now or not? If you got the book before the other stuff, yes, but not if
I think you want the book because that's going to be hints in 9, and you can get a hint for where the silvers are in 9, or that they're not in 9.
Good point.
Cantaloupe's going to dig 8 a little bit. So depending on how much time Cantaloupe spends in this 8, that's going to, for me, make it very interesting to think about why you would skip the item in 5.
I wonder what this 8 looks like. Don't you?
Yes. Rywek has seen the Triforce now. Now, if we missed them seeing the item in 5, that's a different story entirely. Because that could very easily have happened because they were both in there at the same time, and they were also in there a lot earlier. Ooh. Good thing you got the wand.
We don't got no ladder.
Thankfully, there's nothing there. However, potential item room here for Cantaloupe.
Oh.
It is...
The
silvers!
Now that's a gamble.
Now, this is close to the location of the Triforce, so Rywek might end up getting this anyway.
That is going to be a race of who can get through level 9 quicker.
And to answer the question, yes, there was a heart on the floor in level 8.
So that means we do not need to know what is under that wizard room in 3.
Now, Cantaloupe is on his way to level 9 with silvers in hand. Rywek still is going to have to go through 4 and will not have Magical Sword for it. But will Rywek look for the second item in 8? Looks like so far the answer is yes. Or at least an item in 8. I think you leave as soon as you see the silvers. However, full disclosure, ladder can still block Zelda in level 9.
Oh, that would be brutal.
Rywek is going to progress through one turnstile room. Going to see the door to the left. This will lead to the room with the silvers and does have the recorder. Cantaloupeme in level 9 in 1:13:51.
So, you want to inform our viewers what we're going to be looking for?
So, we're going to be listening for the roar of Ganon, which we can hear right now.
Well, I gotta hope. Are we ladder blocked in 9?
Oh, if we're ladder blocked in 9, we're ladder blocked in 9! At least it was quick! But now you gotta go dig! Oh, now ladder in 3 is terrible. Cantaloupe's immediately going to 5. Let's see if Rywek continues to dig level 8.
What if the ladder is a second item in 8?
Oh, man. Well, Rywek is up in Aang instead of going to the Triforce.
I don't know what's worse now.
Oh, man. If ladder is an 8, that means Rywek still gonna have to dig 4, but could catch up. Also, second hard in 8 would not be terrible for Rywek because that's a guaranteed magical sword.
You mentioned the ladder block kidnapped. Well, technically the kidnapped is ladder blocked.
Rywek's gonna get the Triforce. We'll see if Rywek elects to leave 8.
Oh boy, these are decisions now. What does level 5 look like? Wait, no, we saw this is the snaky. This is the snake.
Well, no, wait, there is another snake level. Rywek is recording away from 8.
Sorry.
Rywek's recording away from 8. Rywek does not want that second item out of there.
Rywek's gonna go to 4 first.
Yep, and probably try Magical Sword. Not be able to get it. We'll be able to get it on 14. Not on 13.
So, this seed has been quite the unexpected doozy tonight.
Oh, and you have to take a transport in 5!
5 is quasi-segmented.
Yep.
How many wrenches are we gonna throw into this seed? Just say
hold
one.
on. We need to find the wrench throwers from Super Mario Bros. 3, and that will be the icon for this seed. Buyers do die to Magical Sword. That's important for bomb drop purposes. And Rywek's going to get the bad news. You cannot pick up Magical Sword on 13.
I think Rywek is also gonna have that bad news that, oh, we're ladder blocked to 9.
Yep. Unless Rywek goes to 3 first, but we don't even know if the ladder's there.
Man, this seed is just kicking up a storm.
Yes.
And this is longer than the average seed, I believe, in this flag set.
So far, yeah. Which, granted, it is an 8 Triforce seed, but still.
9 was ladder blocked.
Yeah, right out the gate. With an immediate Ganon roar to boot.
You know, with the amount of drama we're getting this seed, it feels like a soap opera.
Actually, I had the stream minimized briefly when I heard that roar, so I'm not sure if that was a Ganon roar or if that was just a boss in that room.
I will say, it's just like we're having a telenovela tonight.
Oh, but Rywek's gotta do this room with no bombs.
Oh, lordy.
And we're hearing there was a Gleeok. Okay.
Wait.
No,
look.
This was the item. You know what? I think it's the maze room.
Oh, if it's the maze room.
Oh, and Rywek's out of bombs in 4.
Well, this might be a good thing for Rywek. He might be able to leave. If he's forced out of 4, that means he might go looking for the... No, he's not going to be. Sorry.
I mean, you have to do the... It's not the maze room.
This scene just has me lost for words right now.
Where is this? No, we're not looking for a drop. We're looking for the magic stair to get into the rest of 5.
Right.
Oh, it's this room. There we go.
And this is gonna tell the story of the seed.
Alright, Big Dugger.
Also, I have news. The maze doesn't drop in 5.
Yes, this room does, though.
According to Melchior, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think Cantaloupeme was looking for the staircase to get to the other portion of 5 and not a drop. And to answer the question in chat, all rooms of all dungeons must be accessible.
Well, if you're reading chat, you'll see the
white
one of
sword!
our wikis being plugged.
The white sword is in 5!
It's in 3 or 8.
It's in 3 or 8. This is
The seed is gonna have, the runner probably has some very choice words for this seed.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I think
now...
what I'm gonna say, I think the general reaction would be the equivalent of son of a monkey right now.
Cantaloupeme is going back to 8. The problem is, Rywek's gonna do the exact same things, just behind Cantaloupeme. Now, granted, 9 can still do 9 stuff. And can still just, be a wild goose chase. Oh, wait, hold on. Is Rywek gonna get the stair hard in this room?
I think so.
So here's the trouble with 3. You know that it's an 8 blue wizard room, and you don't have a ladder. 8... I think 8's also wizards, though.
Now it's just questions of what's the worst evil to choose.
Because you know exactly where the room is in 3, you just have to go do it. Honestly, with 10 bombs, I would consider going in with 10 bombs, full hearts of potion, and just go full scorched earth on it.
So I think what's going to decide this right now, there's 2 things that are going to decide this. 1, is the ladder in 8 or 3? And 2, is Rywek going to choose level 8 or level 3 to take after this?
I think Rywek's going to go to...
Beeline for 9, get the news, and then what?
I think Rywek's going to go to 5 first, because that's right next to 9. Then I think... You see, Rywek knows exactly where the item is in 3, so I think Rywek's actually going to go to 3 over 8.
It's just so many decisions.
I would use Wand here over Silver's. Oh, Rywek's got a potion. We're okay. We're okay. But here's the other thing, too, for Cantaloupeme. Cantaloupeme has not seen every room at level 3 yet. He doesn't exactly know that blue wizard room is the item room.
Well, Cantaloupeme is gonna know by process of elimination very soon.
Rywek does know that room in 3 is it. Okay, level 8. This is the transport. And Rywek's got the compass out of 4. This is interesting, though, because if it is an 8, Cantaloupeme still has an advantage. If it's in 3, Cantaloupeme will eventually go back there. Just might take a little bit longer than you'd like. But Rywek is going to dig 5 first.
And Rywek sees the unfortunate news there.
Yep.
Rywek's gonna get some more unfortunate news soon.
So, this choice to go to 8 over 3 is not strictly a bad thing.
To be honest, Rywek holds his fate in his hands right now.
Well, the first thing Rywek's going to do is go get the magical sword. There is 0 reason you don't go pick up the magical sword on 14 hearts when it's right here. Unless you want to... Well, I mean, if you're doing a challenge of no magical sword, then yes, you don't pick it up. Now, Cantaloupeme is in a new part of level 8. This is important. And Rywek may dig 5 before 9. Not likely, but it's possible. Well, no, actually, if you have silvers, then you just go straight to 9, you get ladder blocked immediately, and then you leave.
So, as we're saying, is that nasty Wizard Room 3 gonna hold our answers tonight?
I don't know if we're actually ladder blocked out of 8 or not, but a ladder block in 8 would actually be good for Cantaloupeme here.
It would.
Right, immediately in. There is the ladder block. Now, Rywek is going to go ahead and kill the... Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, yep, we're ladder blocked.
Yeah, that's confirmation there, but we are...
Rywek is not happy about it.
No, but at least Rywek, I'd say Advantage has the map in there, because...
Oh, and there's the map of 8. You cannot bomb out of the old man room, nor can you bomb out of the beginning.
Blobs.
So Rywek is going to have to go to Rywek is going to have to go to another level.
Well, Rywek's going to decide what he's going to do right now. He has his fate in his hands.
I could see going to 3 here. I could see getting healed up and going to 3.
That would be a play.
Let's see where Rywek decides to head.
I mean, for Rywek, I think it looks like a good choice because, one, well, if he does 5, if you know where Rywek knows where the item room is in 3 and what he has to do to clear it, and he's going for it!
Rywek is going for level 3. This could be the decider right here. Although, this has a potential item room in 8 for Cantaloupeme. It is the item. Let's see.
Let's find out.
It's the ladder!
Oh, Lord!
The ladder is an 8.
What
The
have we
best case
suffered
scenario
for?
for Rywek here is the red ring.
So we're gonna find out what's in this blue wizard room, but at what cost?
I mean, if it's the red ring, it is going to make the rest of the seed a whole lot easier. Cantaloupeme is going to go ahead and get a fairy heal here, I think.
So,
Do the healer glitch.
level 9, I mean, as proved by that ladder block earlier, has its nickname of the Great Equalizer. But there's still other things level 9 can throw our way to make things a little more interesting.
Yep. Rywek's going to try to get some bombs off these Dodongos, but they are not cooperating at all. Oh, runs out of bombs.
Oh, lordy.
And now it begins. You gotta hit each blue wizard 3 times. No possibility of clocks. You do have a possibility of fairies. Cantaloupeme's gonna miss the map.
I'd say that's huge because Cantaloupeme only has 4 bombs.
Yeah, not having the map for this 9 could be huge. Could be crucial here. This could be Zelda, though. It is not. Now, if Rywek does get the red ring here, it is going to make the rest of the digs faster, but...
We're gonna die on this hill that is this wizard room in 3.
Yeah. And transport stair potentially for Cantaloupeme. Yep. Oh, red razor beam to the face. That's 4 hearts of damage.
Poor Rywek.
Not what you want to see when you walk into the level.
But
Rywek.
Continue.
Rywek on 3 hearts. Gonna keep going. Cantaloupeme finds another stair. The best item for Cantaloupeme to get would, I think, be the book at this point for the hints about where Zelda Ganon are. I'm not even gonna check it. It could be Zelda.
It could be.
It is!
It is! So, we know where Zelda is, we just need Ganon.
Down the stairs we go, off to find the Ganon. Rywek does have
Yeah,
bombs, but only has
Ganon,
one
please,
heart
time
and no
for-
potions. Oh!
At this rate, is it worth it?
Rywek says no. It's time to go somewhere else. Maybe get a fairy heal before going back in.
Man,
Cantaloupeme's back at the beginning of the dungeon.
well, we still don't know where Ganon is yet. Oh, it's going for the potion pickup.
Yeah.
But both runners must be feeling very behind right now.
Yeah. And Rywek may last location this ladder now, because you're probably going to go to 5 after 3.
Yeah, it sucks. But it happens. So, where in the world is Rywek going now?
Back to 3. Rywek wants this item.
So what do you think is gonna be here? If it's a coast heart, that'll be a big joke.
Yes.
Alrighty. So maybe this is take 3, take 4? Which take is it now?
I think this is actually take 4. This could be the Coast Heart too. That's the worst part. Now the Coast Heart is bad.
Which is because right now, this late in the seed, it's not what you want to see.
No, and it would confirm Red Ring and Book in 9, which is a brutal 9 item set.
Alright.
Cantaloupeme looking for the path.
We're gonna find out real soon. What is in the staircase in 3?
It is the Red Ring! So that's going to confirm Heart and Book in level 9. Rywek now needs to go somewhere else. Now, if the health becomes a factor for Cantaloupeme, then this starts to turn on its head. I believe Cantaloupeme does have a potion. No potion for Cantaloupeme.
Well, that means a couple Hyrule drivers are gonna take him out.
Although it does also mean Rywek will last location this ladder, so... If Cantaloupeme decides to go get a potion, that will be beneficial for him, but... Again, Cantaloupeme's got some incredibly strong combat, will probably be fine. Now Cantaloupeme's got to decide. You could pay the keys. It likes to up A instead. Cantaloupeme's still looking. Both runners on 14 hearts, both runners on Magical Sword. One with Red Ring, one with no ring. But this level 9 path doesn't seem to exist.
And poor Rywek's in 5.
Yep. Also, good force by Cantaloupeme there. Cantaloupeme's going to try to bomb to the left here. Cannot do so.
This is giving Rywek all the time in the world right now to catch up.
Yeah, but Rywek's going to have the same thing, where he's going to have to find this path in 9. And that is true. Rywek does have the map. That is important. We'll see how much... Oh, here we go. New stair. And a compass! Even though we already knew where Zelda was.
Well, let's see if this stair takes us to where we need to be.
Although the compass is good for cantalouping, because it'll give him a nice pointer. Oh, there's a Ganon roar. Here's Ganon for cantaloupe. Gonna require 4 hits with the magical sword, but cannot take a high roll driver. There's 2, 3.
3, 4.
Ganon down for cantaloupe. Just needs to run back to Zelda.
Luckily, he has a compass showing his path.
Now, cantaloupe might have an alternate path there. I don't actually remember what path Cantaloupe took to get there the first time.
I don't remember either, so that's...
It looks like he's going to keep going. As Rywek, still in 5, has not found the item yet.
But he will be reaching Zelda momentarily.
And here's Rywek finding the white sword. Now he knows that it's a...
Well, Rywek knows the answer to the puzzle now. It's just too little too late.
Yep, Cantaloupe has the path. This door is going to open. And with that, everybody, please get your GGs in chat for Cantaloupe, who will be our winner tonight with a Racetime.gg time of 1:35:30.
And with that, Rywek decided to DNF.
Rywek heading back into 4 first. Not sure if he recognized that he saw the item in here already. And we are now joined in the booth by Cantaloupe. GG's and congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you. That was definitely a seed.
So, you were a little bit ahead of Rywek, probably about a dungeon ahead. Once both of you had gotten bow, you'd both gotten some of the stuff. Early on, you two diverged a lot. You went to 2 and 3. Rywek found 1 and 7. But the big difference maker was that at the end, both of you realized you were ladder blocked. Rywek went immediately back to 3, as we are joined by Rywek for some quick interviews.
Hi.
Hey.
GG.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, both of you guys knew you were ladder blocked at a 9. Rywek, you were a little bit behind on finding out that information, but you did go straight to 3, and we hadn't seen the ladder at that point.
Nope.
The trouble was, right as you were going into 3 to do that blue wizard room, that is when Cantaloupe found the ladder in 8.
In 8? Oh.
And
my
I
last check.
For what it's worth, the garbage room in 3 was a red ring.
Oh.
Yes. That was brutal because I died there like 3 times, and then once I finally cleared it, and I was so happy, and I get the red ring, I was just like so mad at it. The game, like, why make this so hard to get something that would have protected me the whole time?
Yeah, when I saw that white sword in 5, I was like, really? I have to go all the because I found 8 and I got what was it in 8? I got the silvers and I was like, yeah, I'm good to go. I'm going to 9. And I was like, oh, there's a ladder block.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, that Gleok in the first room of 9 had the map.
Oh, of course he did. I mean, that's logic.
Yeah. You can get the map, you just can't go in it.
Yeah.
It was definitely interesting. There was a lot, and also Max Heart for Magic Sword. That's pretty brutal too. With all the whiz robes, you need it, and there was a lot going wrong with this seed. It definitely wasn't one of my favorites. I had like a 49-minute seed last night, and then I had this monstrosity.
Alrighty.
Hey, I'll be honest. I was just happy I got all 8 pieces of the Triforce before you got done, and that to me was a huge success. Like, okay, I can get all the Triforces before Cantaloupe finishes. I think I'm getting better.
Well, I know you guys gotta get to the next race. I don't have anything else. How about you, Rywek? You got anything?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you both for joining us real quick. So I do want to say thank you to both of our runners, Cantaloupeme and Rywek, as well as a thank you to our tracker, Balkier, doing all the button pushing, making it look like we know what we're talking about, except, again, when I don't actually look at what's on the tracker. And a thank you to K-Tap for joining me here in the booth.
Ditto. I echo your sentiments, and I know we're getting rushed off a little for the voices above, or the admins, but if you want to see some more Z1R, just stay here for the rest of the night, because we're going to keep going. And with that, stick around. We'll be quickly setting up for the next race real soon. And with that, see you later, Z1R.